Hey everyone, this is the Pigeon coming at you with another episode of the Pigeonhole. But before we get started, I just want to give you a friendly reminder that there are people in Silicon Valley right now in California, these transhumanists that are trying to create artificial immortality with complete comfort and no suffering whatsoever, while we are out here paying utility bills on Monster Energy and energy drinks every month. So, isn't that just great?
I'm static, roaming through your radio, interference to the signal, disturbance to your favorite show. I'm panic, playing back in stereo. I was stranded by the ripple of this broken speaker cone.
Gosh, isn't that just great? Don't we just love an episode starting out with some doommaxxing? I hope it's like 6 in the morning and you're driving to work and you're like, man, these people in Silicon Valley just, oh man. Maybe yeah, I don't know. It's also kind of a thing, just kind of a side note here is just the term, like the internet now just puts maxing in front of everything, which is just crazy. That just came out of nowhere. Really, I don't even know where that began. Where it's like peace maxing, you have what like doom maxing. You have even now we have retard maxing, which is a thing. And no, I'm not holding any bards back. This is the Pigeonhole. This is what we do. This is no censorship, no BS right here, but it is a thing. If you don't know what retard maxing is, look it up. There are these, philosophy influencers, if that's what you want to call them, online talking about them. And just don't even go down the rabbit hole, dude. Don't. It's not worth your time. But you know what is worth your time? Actually being part of a community such as the Pigeonhole and with WSRR. This is the Pigeonhole. I'm the Pidge. This comes out once a month. And what you do to be part of this community is you don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay a stupid subscription, no Patreon bullshit. We don't do that here. We just want you to go into the Styles Rubber Radio Discord page. It's free. Just go under the Pigeonhole hashtag or section, whatever, and just throw stuff into it, and it will be featured in the next episode. It's that simple, that easy. I'm not trying to sell you stuff. That's not me. I'm not a salesperson, because I personally think that the large part of the death of culture in modern America is salesmanship. I think I may have talked about this in another Pigeonhole episode before, but when it comes to salesmanship, it's just getting worse and worse and worse, and it's just horrible. And I think one of the big things that started with that is cigarettes. And I used to smoke cigarettes for 5 years straight. I used to be really big into them. I used to smoke cigarettes all the time, especially when I was in the military. But I don't know. It's since I got out, I realized that it was just another advertising nicotine hit. That's all you gotta is just smoke the cigarette, get your buzz in. You're not even focused on what you're doing with your hands. You're just trying to get another fix, So, guys, you look really cool when you smoke cigarettes. And girls that smoke those long cigarettes, like it's the 1920s, I will say it's hot. But it's just a nicotine kick, and then that just progressed on the vapes, and it kind of just, so come on, go back to the come on, give me the cigars, give me the pipes, come on, let's gotta do, like, not the pretentious kind either, where it's like, are you smoking the Latakia flake, are you smoking the Virginias, or whatever. It's like, if you smoke aromatics, you're gay. Bro, you just relax. So much judgment today in this culture. And I may be sounding like a hypocrite here by saying that, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think it's a Flannery O'Connor quote that says, if the world is too deaf to listen, you have to speak loudly. Speak loudly, something like that. I don't know. I'm a dumb guy, so I don't remember a lot. But these are not, this Pigeonhole is not necessarily just full of like deep philosophical and heavy talks, like how I just kind of ranted on for about two minutes or so. It's not that. We have a good time, and we go into the Pigeonhole and we send some crazy stuff, and we just, just kind of escape from the evils and the horrible things going on in the world, in which I think the evil powers are trying to keep pushing on us. Keep focusing on how evil we are. Keep giving us power. Like, keep just fuel us with your anger. Fuel us with your rage. Fuel us with this. Come on, gimme. Tell me how you hate me. Tell me how you want to destroy me. Tell me how you want to do this. I'm telling you, dude, these people that are in these just like super high Sauron, to use a Lord of the Rings reference, of levels of power, they just get off on just being insulted. And I mean, you just see that every year with the roast sessions that go on every night, or not every night, every like year. I don't even know, like around the Grammy time. I don't even know, dude. I don't watch that crap. But you know what? It's just, let's get into the pigeonhole. Let's go and review some of the stuff that you've told me and that you sent me. Style, he sent this pretty much right after the pigeonhole last episode was posted. He said he's in the garage, 3 rolling rocks deep. I gotta read this. I'm in the garage, 3 rolling rock deep, polishing my Johnson rod with George Jones comes on singing about the wreath upon his door. Every time I hear the word rolling rock, I just gotta read it and just like the rolling rock. You got the rolling rock. Dude, if you drink rolling rock, I'm kind of scared of you, to be honest with you. I like beer, but rolling rock, gosh, man. Rolling rock is like the, I don't even know how to compare. It's kind of like just the Windsor of beers. If you ever had Windsor whiskey before, I think it's Windsor bourbon whiskey. Oh my gosh, dude, that just tastes just straight up like oil. Oh man, let me know what you guys drink in the Discord, and don't worry, I'll include it, and I'll make sure to expose your name, your IP address, and your social security number on the next episode. The next one is by Style, and it says, what makes us human? This lady asks, what makes us human? And then the response to that is selecting all the images with traffic lights. That's really good. I've never heard that. That's a really good answer. What makes us human? I'm gonna go to like a Richard Dawkins convention. Is that dude even still? Yeah, he's still alive. Go to like a Richard Dawkins convention where it's like, well, what makes human? And he's like, well, it's the replication of RNA and DNA. And then I'm just gonna be like, dude, show me the bikes. 3 images of bikes right now. Come on, Richard. Come on, Richie. Come on, Dick. Give me a little bit of that. The next post is by Style, and it says, I recently bought this piece not knowing that the lid says this, into the gumball machine. And there's a gumball machine, and the top says it's a key, and on the top of it it says retarded children can be helped. Dude, that word has just made the biggest comeback like in the like past 10 years of history. That word just became so acceptable, and I don't know where it started. You think Kill Tony had to kind of do a thing with it? I don't know. As much as I don't like Kill Tony, I really don't like Kill Tony, dude. It's just, yeah, there's some comedians that go up there, but Kill Tony's just whole thing is just the most secular, just try to be as shocking as possible. And that's what all the YouTube shorts just love. They just love hearing someone go on the stage and they're like, the Jews, or the, here's this black guy and I don't cross the street because of him. And then everyone's like, ah, ha, ha, wow. Dude, that was crazy that you said that. Dude, are you gay? Dude, how come you try to prove to me that you're not gay? What's the least gay thing about you? That's literally all Kill Tony is. It's just no room for... It's like Las Vegas if it was... like downtown Las Vegas if it was a comedy show. It's just Sin City, degenerate. Don't watch Kill Tony. Don't let your children watch Kill Tony. Oh my gosh, dude, that's the last thing that your children need to see is is just a hyper millionaire Tony Hinchcliffe just calling people gay online, trying to relate to us. Like he's not. And some people might be out here saying, oh, you're creating the divide, Pidge. You're creating the divide. I'm not creating a divide. There is a divide, which is what they have pointed out, and they will consistently point out to us. And I mean, I honestly don't know what I would do in Tony's shoes, because I'm not him. I don't know his upbringing, but let's get to the next one. Trying to be a little more reasonable, try to be a little more charitable here. I don't know. The next post is a bot DM'd me with the profile picture of a woman I killed 9 years. Whoa! I killed 9 years ago by dropping a roof shingle on her head. Final Destination? Oh my gosh! Original sentence, by the way. Does Gen Alpha know what Final Destination is? Like, they probably have heard the reference before. You know what I mean? Like how Gen Zers have probably heard about, like, I don't know, what's something that like a movie that like they may have talked about or heard about in the 90s. I don't know, because like you have the late Gen Zers, which were born in the late 90s, and then you have the in the early 2000s or so, and then you have the late Gen Zers, which were born I don't know when, but Final Destination. I don't think Gen Alpha really knows. I don't know. I guess you could say like older Resident Evils, Gen Z, like younger Gen Z might have a problem with. I don't know. This is a weird comparison talk right here, but it's kind of what we do here. And there's in the post that Styles said is my husband eats 12 eggs a day. How does that make you feel? And then the reply is, I honestly don't give an F. This is child friendly. I'm trying to be child friendly pitch today. Can't you guys tell by what I've said already for the past 10 minutes that I'm trying to be child friendly? 12 eggs a day? Dang, dude, I eat 4. I try to eat 4 eggs a day. 12 eggs a day, dude, that has got to be oh man, them farts. Is that the last? You got them pepper on it. He's got salt. If he puts heavy cream in that mixture of eggs and scrambles it up and puts some Jimmy Dean sausage in there, dude, I don't know where you work, but golly, brother, you have an Orthodox cross next to your username too. If he is like a deacon or whatever and is wearing that habit, and he's just farting up in that thing, oh gosh, dude, This is a problem I have not experienced, but ladies that are listening to this, all 2 of you, when you like fart in a dress, does it ride up? You know what I mean? Or does it like, when you're thinking of the path of the wind, does it like go down and then up? Does it like purposefully escape? I don't know how that works. Oh gosh, dude, I don't even know how that. Yeah. And then somebody, there's another next post is someone with like, what are those war clubs, but the spiked war hammers? Somebody please break into my house. I've been dying to use this. I think that was such a big topic that my friends and I, including Style, I think we've had before, of just like, what would be the craziest like thing if you broke into somebody's house and they charged at you with this thing or whatever. I think like what kind of started the conversation, like we'd have an owl. Like imagine someone just owning a pet owl, you know what I mean? A few people do, and someone breaks into that house and you just see the eye staring at you from a corner. That's your first sign. GTFO. And then what would like follow that up? You think like a blow dart, getting hit with like a blow dart in the side of the neck. You just go, oh, was that a bee? And then you just wake up just in jail. It's like, what happened? It's just like, dude, this body cam footage has 4 blow darts in your neck. Yeah, you can use that too with like a Civil War cannon. Imagine breaking into someone's house and you just hear the cannon just rolling to the stairs. Or just rolling a cannon down the stairs at you. That's so like Looney Tunes. Just chases you around the house and you just get shot. And you just like the cannonball hits you and you like fold around it and you just fly it like 2 miles away. Because that's how I think actual like that's what cannonballs were actually like. They didn't just go through you. I think everybody in the Civil War that got killed by a cannon actually just Looney Tunes just go yahoo, flew away. That's why the Confederate yell sounds like that, by the way. That's just what they sounded like when they were flying away. Oh, gosh. All right, the next post is of a coffin. Speaking of dead people. Quote, punk coffin goes viral after loved ones covered a fan's casket in band stickers. That is sick. That is sick. We got band stickers all over this coffin. That is actually sick. That is super WSRR right there. Oh, dude, that's awesome. We got all the punk stickers. We got all that. Dude, heck yeah, that's cool. That is really cool. So, guys, I would just have my casket just framed and just like Jerry Jeff Walker, you know what I mean? Just kind of give me some Jerry Jeff lyrics on the side of my casket and on my tombstone, and I'm good, you know? Up against the wall, redneck mother. All right, so here we have a story. My boyfriend won't stop calling me Tony Pizza. I, female 21, and my boyfriend, male 21, currently live together. Shouldn't do that. Just kidding. And kind of not. And we have been together for about 4 months. To explain why we are living together at the 4-month mark, we started out as roommates, but then started dating. I have to say, my boyfriend has never been good at pet names. Some early ones were like Little Stubster and Sour Meat. One of my nicknames for him, in comparison, is Little Bird. Little Bird's cute. Anyway, about 2 weeks ago, he starts calling me Tony Pizza. Nice. This doesn't even make sense, and he uses it more often than my actual name. He is obsessed. It honestly bothers me that he can't even bother to find a somewhat nice nickname for me. All right, you ungrateful. I have had a couple of conversations with him about it, but he says he can't just think of anything better. No, I can't either. What do I do? Nothing. Is this going to become a bigger problem, or should I even address it? I hate being Tony Pizza. Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. These ungrateful, just, you're given this gift of being the only Tony Pizza. And you're just like, dude, I hate it. I hate it, dude. Oh my gosh. Why can't I just be called it? Dude, Tony Pizza is better than Tony Pepperoni. Pepperoni goes on pizza. It's like you're a higher good in the world if you are Tony Pizza. Not Tony Pepperoni. Come on, there's a rank structure here. There's a choir. There's a choir of pizza rankings. 9 choirs of pizzas. The next post. So don't do any. You will remain Tony Pizza, whether you like it or not. The next post is from Style, and it's this is his what is this game called again? It's this game with like it's like the Mies or whatever. Oh, I don't even know. Hard pass on shooting up heroin. I'm just more into praising Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Less heroin, less porn, more Jesus. Come on. Come on. Gosh, porn is so boring, dude. So it's like, it's so obvious why people like it. It's way more interesting why someone doesn't watch porn. It really is, dude. It really is. You're just like, it's so also just like uncomfortable when people start talking about like, yeah, did you see this video? Did you see that? And I have had these conversations, especially in the military. It's like, have you seen that we've watched the same video? It's like, no, I haven't. Oh, gosh, man. Norm Macdonald, by the way, 8 p.m. nightly for eternity, up in millions at the gates of heaven. Millions convert to Christianity after heaven begins advertising Norm Macdonald shows. Yeah, Babylon Bee. Yeah. I think that's good. Also, why is the term like Babylon so popular? You know what I mean? Is it just because the word? Like you have like the language app, Babel. You know what I mean? And then you have like Babylon Bee, and then there's like I don't even know. There's like a few other things that I swear I've heard the term Babel or Babylonian. Babylon is like, aren't the Babylonians like? I know they were an advanced civilization back then, but weren't they just a bunch of like? They were a bunch of pagans. They were a bunch of pagans. Like, isn't King Nebuchadnezzar like the most known Babylonian king? I bet there's probably some just historic dude on Reddit right now that's just gonna be like, actually, it's King of Poo Poo Fart the fourth that was part of the part of the Water Punic Poop Wars or whatever. Dude, you don't know your history. You don't know why, dude. I live in Tennessee, and I drive for FedEx. Why do I care about Babylon? Gosh, man, put that on a shirt. I drive for FedEx. Why do I care about? What do I care about Babylon? It doesn't look like I'm going to be getting through all of these ones, so I might do a speed run for these next few memes, y'all. Actually, no, I might. Let's see, because we got a little bit of time left here. And this is a man, Asian man, wearing this shirt that says, "I was shot and killed in Ross, dressed for less, and the staff took my clothes and sold them." I do love this trend for shirts where they're like, I was beat up at a Waffle House. I was shot at Ross. I slapped the Mothman's ass in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's just good. They're just good shirts. They're so funny. And they need to stay around. And I think it's just, yeah. The little things, man. It's all these little things that just make life so much fun. Especially if you get it for a group of friends. WSRR, if you've been sticking around, you know, I guess my show, if you've known my show for a little bit, you know that I, whenever I come home, or when I come back to the WSRR, like, main studio, usually try to go to, like, Spencer's and get them one of those, like, those goofy shirts. I haven't done it in a while, though. I know I'm kind of slacking, so. If you want to actually see the live, like, reactions to those, go to, I think, Off Air has a few of those, and I think Rebel Radio Show has them too, but I think mainly Off Air. Check out some of those episodes. Next post is Badass Pirate Rule number 44. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Yarg. Dude, speaking of Yarg, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, that remake, is it out? I don't even know, dude. I'm not in the gaming sphere anymore. I don't think a lot of people are trying to, I don't know. That's just a big general. I feel like there's a lot of people that are still playing video games, but dude, I think there's a mutual agreement that video games right now are just garbage, dude. Like the audio and the visuals and stuff, yeah, they're good, but gosh, just the creativity and the storytelling, it's just not that good anymore. Like, for the big like, I guess you could say big companies that are out there now. They're like, some of the indie games that are out now, oh my gosh, they're incredible. Like, I remember when Abzu came out. If you never heard of Abzu, ABZU, check that out. That was a dope game. It's just single player story games. They're kind of like Journey, Abzu. I played one recently that was just The Lighthouse, I think it was called. It's so good. So good. That's the style of games that I like. It's just those visually stunning, no dialogue, storytelling games where you just get thrown into this world and you have to figure it out as you go. Not everything is given to you is just, you know, hey, Mr. Exposition Man, thank you for telling me that. But yeah, I mean, come on. That's what makes really good stories, is you just get thrown into it and you're wandering around with the character, being like, what the heck is going on in this world? Next post is a bumper sticker that says, "Do not honk at me. My life is worthless. I will kill us both." Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Where do you even get a bumper sticker like that? Etsy? And the next one is another bumper sticker, but this is on the what is this? The blinkers? Yeah. I have a CDL, by the way. I want to kiss every bug, but they are so small and my lips are so strong. Yikes. Yikes, brother. I am actually going to be able to get through all of these memes today. Thank y'all. You sent a good amount. And all right, here we go. Dude, I'm just getting more and more sensitive to cussing. I really am. It's just like, I know I'm saying like the pigeonhole was supposed to be like this like rebel kind of like, yeah, I say whatever goes. But I just had this rant earlier about Kill Tony and just how it's just so vulgar. It's just so, secular. It's not good, dude. But I don't know. I don't want to hold you from what is being presented. So, quote this t-shirt. I think she's using me for my terrible looks and bad dick and no money. Huh. Dude, where do you get that? That's like one of those. I think there's a trend where it's like you go into the airport and your homies, you give all your homies those like really crazy shirts. That would be one of them. All right. And then the last post. Thank y'all for submitting your stuff. It is Craving Sloppy Joe. Hold the Joe. Actually, you know what? Get in here too, Joe. We all need to support a Joe. Local Joe Schmo. You know, local Joe Ho. That's dumb. Don't laugh at that. You know, there's a lot of times where I'm like very like insecure about making these episodes because I'm like, dude, what if my mom listens to this and she just heard me say, give me some sloppy Joe, hold the Joe? Like, it's not me saying it. I'm saying it, but I'm reading it from this thing. So this is the community. This is what happens in Rebel Radio. This is what I've been doing for a couple of years. So you can see the natural growth progression. You know what I'm talking about? If you want to go into my earlier episodes and just cringe a little bit like I do, go ahead, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? This is the pigeon. I want you guys to know that you're awesome. Don't judge people because, you know, we're all messed up. You can judge you can judge just put it in more like the religious sin. You judge the sin. You know, you can be angry at the sin, not the sinner. Come on. So, have a little bit of righteousness. Have a little bit of love. We need more love in this country, you know? We just need to, you know, just, you know, have a good time, you know? The small things in the world that kind of, you know, just make things a lot better, you know? What is that quote from Gandalf? Sauron thinks it's great power that can overcome him and overthrow him. But no, the little things, the hobbits. The hobbits. You know what? I might get a little carried away like I've been, so I want you guys to have a good one, you know? And Silicon Valley, kind of wish that place burned to the ground. I want everyone to live, you know? But all those houses and stuff, get out of there, you know? A greedy man ain't nothing but a fool, and his money ain't nothing but a cemetery tool. Around here, the greedy man just won't do, and around here, the greedy man is you. So, it's a little poor man's poison to end it off. You know what? Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
In the night, with the groove so bright, the pitch takes flight, shining his light. Tweets from the timeline, nonsense and glee, breaking it down, come vibe with me. Tweet of the week, it's never blink. Free like a leak, laughter's the goal, that's what we see. In the pigeonhole, let the laughter roll. Even Sanoski, he's on a stroll. With ridiculous tweets, we're never alone. Join the minute cast and make it your own.
Preceding program is a Styles Rebel Radio.com production.